Are you a Leo sun, moon, or rising and you're interested in diving deeper into your psyche? Or maybe you are cross-watching for a Leo in your life and you want to know more about their inner world. Well, in today's video, we are going to be exploring the shadow side of Leo and how to own these hidden parts. Hey there, Cosmic Warriors, and welcome back to another video. And if you are new here, my name is Hannah. I am a Western Practical Astrologer. Now, before we do get into this video, do make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and click the bell. And if you are interested in any of my services, then you can go to my website, hannahselsewhere.com. There you can also find my practical astrology ebooks, guide and merch. All the links will be in the description box down below. I do hope that you find this video to be helpful today. Let's do this. Now, before we do get into this, I just want to say that I do not claim to be a psychologist. This is simply me going off the knowledge I know about astrology. Take what I'm saying today with a grain of salt and see how things resonate. And I want to give a huge shout out to Howard Sasportas, the author of this book, The 12 Houses. This book is remarkable and I'm so thankful for his knowledge. Thanks to this book, to his knowledge, I've been able to create this video. Also, I suggest watching for your rising sign first and foremost, and then watch for your sun, your moon, just to see how things show up for you. I will be using the whole sign system for this series, and we're going to be diving into your 7th, 4th, 8th and 12th houses. This is because these houses are unconscious houses. They are tied to our shadow. And if you have any planets in these houses, consider them. And one more thing I want to mention here, this information is in conjunction with Jungian psychology. And so we will be exploring your shadow side. Now, in short terms, Carl Jung explored symbolism and archetypes. And you could say that the 12 signs are archetypes. So on that note, let's explore your shadow, Leo, and how to own it. Leo, you greet life with warmth, self-assurance, and plenty of self-expression. You gladly show the world who you are. You give generously to others, you entertain others somewhat effortlessly, and you encourage others with your compliments, with recognition, with love. You can be this cheerleader where others feel your influence, they feel your appreciation. And the people who are in your inner circle feel your love, they feel your strength. They will know how proud you are of them because you'll openly express it. They'll also know how loyal and honest you are because you make your affections clear. But you see, you also seek applause, attention, and recognition. You too must feel seen by others. And interestingly, there is this awareness of the back and forth exchange between you and others, especially within conversations. You can sense, for example, when something seems off balance, as if things aren't quite adding up. Oh yeah, you value healthy give and take within discussions, though this isn't necessarily meaning that things are equal or 50-50. Moreover, with the sun being your chart ruler, so the ruler of your sun or your moon, if you have the sun or moon in Leo, well, there is something very significant then about your life path. And this is because the sun is tied to purpose in astrology. And so wherever the sun is placed is very important because it will point toward your purpose. The sun also indicates the person you are striving to become, and doing so with confidence, doing so with this healthy sense of self. And in your case, Leo, this is about you accepting yourself and appreciating your importance. This is about you recognizing your individuality and bringing your energy to the world. You'll shine bright and make a positive impact on others. You tend to express yourself with so much positivity and enthusiasm and eagerness, and you can also come across as noble and dignified, as someone with good morals and good principles, as someone who is worthy of respect and knows their worth. There is also this freedom-loving way you express yourself. You don't like being tied down or like you can't spread your wings, especially when it comes to your creative projects, your hobbies, your interests. There is an expansive quality to you where you wish to learn more about yourself and about the world around you. And you sure know how to have fun, how to let your hair down, how to enjoy yourself. Perhaps travel, philosophy, higher knowledge, sports, and being outdoors interest you. Also, when you are aligned with your higher self, you are independent, you're energetic, pioneering, you're also brave. You are also able to be vulnerable and open your heart without shame. Your life path is so much about your individual path and charging ahead with confidence. You're the hero, Leo. You know more than most the importance of following your own path and direction. So embarking on the hero's journey. In fact, Joseph Campbell, the gentleman who actually created this theory of the hero's journey, he was an Aries with a Leo moon. He actually had an Aries stellium, including Jupiter, Mercury, and Mars. Keep in mind, you have Aries in the 9th house with Sagittarius in the 5th, suggesting just how philosophical and conceptual you are. Indeed, this is about embarking on a journey and discovering yourself. This is about fighting the monsters under your bed, standing up for yourself against the demons who tried to defeat you, being the hero, the heroine, protecting others, showing great courage, having a good heart, a genuine heart, being authentic. However, what also tends to happen is you can insist on having your way. You can act entitled, spoiled, bratty. You can throw a temper tantrum when people don't see you, when they don't recognize you. Let's just say you can let out this mighty roar. There is also this side to you that can be ruthless, where you push others out of the way so you can get what you want. There can be this expectancy where it's like, you must treat me this way because I said so. Expecting others to bend to your will. Also thinking about the egomaniac tendencies that come with Leo, the arrogance, the boastfulness. Like, I'm so great and you must see it, you must see how great I am, or else. Expecting to be credited for something so you can look good even if you didn't put that much work into it. But the thing is that you reach a point where you realize that not everything is about you. And you know, this makes me think of the term the main character, which is often talked about today. Now, I have mentioned this in the past, but let's explore this term for a moment, the main character. So to be the main character of your own life is to recognize that you're the protagonist. It's your story. Your life is your story. And this is very Leo, the storyteller. And the sun shows up as us being the protagonist. We are the leading character in our story, which is our life, drawing from our own experiences. You could say that the entire birth chart is a story, which I have also mentioned in the past. But I want to add more to this main character theory. What if we are also the manifestation of all characters, even the villain? Stay with me here. See, you could be the villain in someone else's eyes. You could be seen as annoying, mean, cruel. The antagonist helps us learn, helps us grow. You could also be the sidekick in someone else's story, like Robin to Batman, Donkey to Shrek, Sam to Frodo, Ron to Harry Potter. And the sidekick plays a remarkable role. They recognize the strengths and weaknesses of the protagonist. You could even be the extra in someone else's story, no longer to be seen again. But all of this is to say, Leo, that there is a much larger and wider story that is unfolding in the background. A story comprised of many different stories. And I think that as you grow, as you mature, you start to discover that life is actually much more complex and it's much more mysterious. And this right here leads me onto your descendant, which is Aquarius. Aquarius invites you to look at the bigger picture and to piece the bigger elements together. Aquarius gets you questioning, learning more, inventing, socializing, connecting the dots, and detaching. There is this intellectual quality that Aquarius adds to your life. There is this whole other level of loyalty Aquarius brings, where it's not just about showing loyalty toward your pride, so to speak, your inner circle, but it's also about owning the parts of yourself which showcase and display loyalty toward a much wider network, community, or group. Aquarius says there are perspectives that exist other than your own. Have you ever thought about things this way? This way being a different way. Oh, and Aquarius also says science matters, and so it shouldn't be rejected just because of your personal opinion. See, whilst it's great to celebrate your life and to love yourself, of course, it's also important to recognize that it's not just you living and that billions of other people exist outside of yourself. Naturally, as children, we are egocentric. Children see everything that happens as it relates to them. They cannot see another person's point of view. In a child's eyes, it's about them. And you have these childlike qualities. And of course, we can still showcase these childlike qualities even when we're older. But as we do age, as we do get older, we also learn that it's not just about us and that we must exist on this planet with others. And so Aquarius invites you to not only recognize others, but to also connect with them, to be a part of a social circle, a larger system. And this is so interesting because you often look out at the world and you think, people are so weird. People are so strange. They can be tactless and rude with super strong beliefs, and the detachment, acting like they're so unfeeling, so above it all. Why do they act all superior and snobbish like that? But Aquarius encourages you to look in the mirror, Leo. Aquarius asks, what are these people reflecting about the strangeness and the detachments in my own life? Aquarius shows you that thinking outside of the box can be fun. Being kind of quirky and eccentric can be enjoyable. Oh, and the amazing benefits of detachment. Being able to shrug off a comment or an insensitive statement like, meh. Realizing that comment was a projection from that other person. Let them live their lives and go about their day. All whilst you continue to shine. And the thing about this too is you tend to attract people into your life who teach you these lessons. You might not see it because a part of the 7th house is unconscious, but often people you attract teach you about the importance of nonconformity and living a slightly unconventional life. They also teach you the importance of embracing some weirdness, some freakiness. And also the significance is in standing up for your convictions. Now, this one might sound a little contradictory, okay? Aquarius usually is. But Aquarius also welcomes the part of you that stays true to your strong beliefs. Even if it feels like the whole world disagrees with you, but these beliefs and these opinions are more so based on your intellect, your smarts, your outside of the box ideas, your inventions. Now, I'm not saying that you need to forget the parts of you that appreciates yourself. So thinking about being that main character, right, in your story. But what if you could own the parts of you that don't have to be so self-centered? Moreover, you tend to attract lovers, close friends, and business partners who are eccentric, unusual, intellectual, quick-witted, future-orientated. And when you become really close, these qualities seem to come out of you. You can experience relationships where you experiment, where you try different things. You also value the friendship you share with your significant other, as well as the friendships you have in your life overall. You really do value friendship. You're open and weird with others. And the conditions of your relationships tend to be somewhat non-traditional, perhaps not fitting in with the rest of society. Open relationships, friends with benefits, polyamory, long distance, internet relationships. And if you do get into a more conventional or traditional relationship, well, you're still going to value your space and your freedom. However, relationships also tend to get you in your head. Maybe a bit too much at times. Not to mention, your relationships can also bring out the parts of you that are fanatical and ultra. So these extreme and these super radical parts of yourself. And due to being so heady, it can be challenging to actually express your feelings and your emotions. Or you might overlook something quite sensitive and emotional without realizing. Or it's that you can attract partners who are like this towards you. You could be so in need of freedom that you often push other people away when they try to get close to you. Or this could look like you demanding space when in actuality you're running away. You're running away from something much more deep and profound. But such things, of course, may be coming from other people. So other people could be acting this way toward you. So on that note, Leo, let's take you back to your childhood by exploring your 4th house / your IC. So you have Scorpio there. Did you grow up in a household that was very turbulent, both physically and emotionally? Nothing felt steady or stable. It was going from one extreme to another with very little room for balance and harmony or anything in between there. Perhaps your parents divorced, or one of your parents really struggled with emotional stability, or maybe many family members find it challenging to control their emotions. They were quick-tempered, easily frustrated, overbearing at times. Maybe they needed extra support because they were struggling. And I mean, really struggling here. Now, on the other hand, you could have grown up with parents or family members who would repress their emotions. They didn't know how to handle them, and so they would deny their emotions. And of course, they would come out in different ways. Their emotions would come out in different ways, or they would explode eventually. And such things also could have had serious impacts on their health and their well-being. Then there are those of you who grew up with one parent, perhaps, because the other DIED. And what I really like about the Howard Sasportas book, okay, The 12 Houses, is he writes, the boogeyman lurks under your bed, in the wardrobe, or stares at you from across the breakfast table. And my view about these lines is that your past often haunts you, Leo. It follows you no matter where you go, where you live. The grief, the pain, the anger, the resentment, the envy, the shame, These emotions and these feelings are tied to your past and your upbringing. Now, I am not saying here that you all experience terrible things growing up. In fact, I also see this as you growing up with family members who were strong, resilient, courageous, very courageous. Family members who taught you how to be tough, how to stand up for yourself, how to be your own source of strength, either directly or indirectly. Though, what I do notice when it comes to you Leo risings is there is this pattern. A pattern where many of you grew up without fathers. There seems to also be a complicated relationship with the father for a variety of reasons, but mostly surrounding psychological issues. And there also seems to be power struggles with the father, perhaps because you wanted to make him proud, but felt like no matter what you did, you couldn't. But do keep in mind that this can be a matter of perception as well. And there are those of you who perhaps had a very deep relationship with your father. You know, you could have been seen as super special in your father's eyes. But either way, there is this unconscious need to make him proud, to be seen by him, to be celebrated, to be applauded. And so here's what I think. I think that you bring these feelings into your relationships. You want to be seen, you want to be appreciated, and the moment you aren't, it can feel painful. And so the moment your partner or even your friend challenges you, it's like, how dare you not see me? Where is your loyalty toward me? I thought you had my back. But like I said, there is something so much more profound going on where, for example, you push other people away. You keep them at a distance because you don't want them getting too close. Why? Well, perhaps this is just a possibility. Perhaps it's because if they reject you or they hurt you, such things remind you of the past. Such things cut you deeply. There is this emotionally charged reminder of something really tied to your upbringing. And let's also think about this the other way, because it could be that partners and friends and so on, they display these types of behaviors toward you, where you feel strongly about something or someone, and then they want to push you away. And then you're left thinking to yourself, I clearly can't trust anyone, because the moment I get close, they push me away. But then you also end up becoming like that person, the one who pushes other people away. Do you see the predicament unfolding? Now, at the same time, you also transform when it comes to such things. You transform when it comes to your emotional security, when it comes to other people getting close. And you not only learn from the back and forth process between you and others, you also learn about diving into your emotions and your inner worlds, and you eventually come to channel your intense emotions in creative ways, Leo. You regenerate, Leo, and you rebuild yourself from the ground up. You may go through moments where it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it is you who possesses a noble, strong, and courageous heart. And when you transform, it is so obvious, it's seen, because you shine brighter, you glow, you become more powerful. Oh, and the growth of a Leo, what a show, what a performance, worth a standing ovation. And if you do end up attracting partners and friends, etc., who are emotionally distant or they're overly unpredictable and so on, it's about addressing the part of yourself that puts up with such behavior. It's about knowing your worth and knowing what you want. Indeed, your life mission is about creating stability and security in your life, and being with people who are dismissive or overly detached only takes you away from your purpose. You don't have time for guessing games. And when you look at what is happening beneath the surface, so within yourself, You become more certain, more sure of yourself. All right, so now we have explored your family life and how you approach relationships. Let's explore your 8th house. Now you have Pisces in this house. Okay, so this is where we are noticing just how empathetic, intuitive, and emotionally understanding you can be. You might not show these parts of yourself openly or directly, but deep down, you are very sensitive and emotional. You possess this ocean of emotion that can be wild and kind of crazy. The ups and the downs, Leo, the highs and the lows, the moments of self-loathing, but then the moments of self-love. One moment it's this, the next moment it's that. It's hard to feel settled and stable because of your emotions. This is exactly why your life mission is about obtaining stability. Now, perhaps you have worked on these things throughout your life. You feel somewhat more at peace. You have discovered a spiritual practice that helps you center yourself. And if you haven't, it might be a good idea to find such a thing. So something like meditation, yoga, journaling, tarot, dream interpretation, breath work, chanting, getting outdoors, going on retreats, rituals, prayers, establishing supportive relationships, bathing, a pet, whatever it is that you need to do in order to feel centered, Leo. And the thing about this too is you could very well turn to unhealthy ways of coping, so unhealthy ways of escaping. So thinking about DRUGS, or you might eat excessively. This could be a comfort thing, or this could look like you being irresponsible when it comes to sex. You might even long for someone else whilst being with a current partner, but becoming so wrapped up in that fantasy and that dream. The lines could be blurred when it comes to intimacy and true connection. It's like, you can't catch me. Becoming overly involved in other people's emotional problems is also likely. And so, this is about you owning these parts of yourself. It's about being honest with yourself about your dependencies, your delusions, your addictions. It's also about noticing when you merge too much with others, or when others impact you on this super emotional level where it's like, how could they say that? How could they think that about me? Indeed, this is about you developing a healthy ego. But if your ego is fragile or weak, then you'll run into so many issues where it's like the whole world is out to get me, I'm a victim. You can often feel bitter when you aren't recognized, but this really is about you developing a healthy sense of your own personal power, and also thinking about healthy self-worth, keyword here being healthy. Naturally, the 8th house shows us how we transform, and so I think you transform when it comes to such things. And my goodness, when you do, you become a stronger force when you no longer deceive yourself or others. People respect you so much more. Now, of course, there are still going to be people who disagree with you, who don't see you, who dislike you, no matter what you do. But you do not allow such things to penetrate. All right, so moving on to the 12th house. You have the sign of Cancer here, and right off the bat, this suggests that spiritual lessons you're coming to learn in this life are tied to your emotional security, your family, home, your upbringing, and your living situation. And it's also here where we see just how sensitive and emotional you are behind the scenes. People may not see you cry. They may not see the things you're battling with in private. They don't see your mood fluctuations and just how moody you can be. They also don't see just how much you care about your family and your loved ones. But when the lights are off, when you fall asleep at night, there you are, Leo. Your emotions are felt deeply. Your dreams might actually tell you something about how you're feeling on the inside. You may even keep a dream journal. Your dreams might actually be very vivid too. You get these premonitions strong psychic abilities, and yeah, this is likely because you do have Pisces in the 8th and then Cancer in the 12th. But this is also where we notice your fears to do with emotional connection. We also notice a distancing relationship with your mother or with females. Perhaps you had or have an estranged relationship with your mother, or she battled with addiction, or she battled with her mental health. You may even choose to move to an entirely different country to escape your mother, or it's that you were very receptive to your mother's feelings, to your mother's needs. You could sense what she was feeling, and then such things may carry over into your relationships, especially the relationships with your relationships with females, with feminine types, meaning you can sort of pick up on how such people are feeling. It's like you need to predict their next move so you can be safe, or so you can know how to support them, how to care for them emotionally. Now, you may not be conscious of such things, it's more of a feeling. And so for such reasons, you make for incredible intuitives, mediums, guides, healers. You can also bring your emotional and empathetic abilities to your profession, to your work, to your services. Yeah, you can read other people's emotions quite well. With that being said though, be cautious of using such a power, such a strength for your own personal gain or for selfish reasons. So this could look like you hiding your feelings or manipulating a situation so you can come out on top. Though I understand that there is a lot of nuance to this. Though essentially, I think Cancer in your 12th house teaches you so much about being nurturing, protective, and quite motherly too. Sure, you can be comforting, cuddly, and caring once you've had a couple of drinks or when you feel super relaxed and just in the moment. But Cancer here wants you to own these parts of yourself. Cancer here is about owning the parts of yourself which are sentimental and nostalgic. The parts of yourself which are family orientated and soft. You may possess a deep connection to family and home, but you may also deny such feelings. And so perhaps it's about actually owning these parts of yourself. Refusing to own your genuine feelings and emotions can be part of your self-undoing. So look within yourself, Leo, and ask yourself, what is my heart truly communicating? Okay then, Cosmic Warriors, so that concludes my video talking all about the psychology of Leo. Now, if you do have a Leo sun, moon, or rising, please let me know what you thought of the video. Did you find it to be helpful? And then also, if you're cross-watching for a Leo in your life, let me know if you find it to be helpful too. But with all of that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And of course, if you would like to see more videos from myself and you have not yet subscribed, then make sure that you click that subscribe button and also give this video a like if you did like it today. And I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye!